Wow, can't you believe this? Awakener is just in the next major update after 2 weeks. By the time of the recording, today is May 12th, 2023. By the time you're watching this video, it might be like pretty soon we'll be entering the next major update. So anyways, let's get right into what this major update is about. Well, for the currency, as you can see by the title, yes, there's only one new unit in this major update, which is Awakener herself. This is actually unusual for a major update. We used to be able to have two new heroes for each major update, but for this case, there's only one, and that one unit is limited. So keep that in mind. And also, on top of all that, a new SP unit has been introduced in the same update, which is SP Leon, which will come in the second week of this update. So, anyways, let's talk about what this Awakener's major update is about. So let's get right into it. And like I said earlier, you this is not someone you should probably skip because Awakener does provide you a lot of synergy for your team. So, anyways, let's get right into it. As you can see here, if you guys have living under a rock nowadays, you might be aware that this update has 5 weeks. So yeah, in order for this to fit in, I had to shrink down the images a little bit smaller so that way all of them can fit. That also includes the legends, like that's like on the bottom right corner of the screen. I had to readjust them so that way it'll make everything fit here. So let me explain what the first week's does have. So anyways, for first week we got Awakener herself, of course, and then at the same time there's also a Wathan banner coming along. So if you still need Wathan, then yeah, this is a good opportunity to get him here. But however, on top of all this, the Awakener banner is also on the same page as Watham. So if you had to choose, I'll probably go for Awakener, and then Watham will be later because Awakener. I'm not sure when will she return because this is uncertain. But anyways, they're both unlimited, so that means they're not gonna come on the regular summoning pool as off banner. So for whatever reason, if you want to get Watham right now, I would say hold off for now, until you get enough resources to get Watham. Anyways, the first week will also be accompanied by a wish banner, which is interesting because we mostly get this on the third or second week of the update, but they decided to spice it up a little bit to give it to us on the first week. And disclaimer: this wish banner might not last the same days as the other two I mentioned earlier, which is like the Awakener and Watham banner. They might not share the same duration, so just to keep that in mind. Anyways, this Wish banner features Langrisser 1, Langrisser 2, and Langrisser 3 heroes. So if you still need some catch up things to do, that banner is well worth your buck. So anyways, the first week will run the entire cycle, which starts on May 25th, 2023, all the way to June 28th, 2023. So yeah, you do have 1 month to get all these sorted. So yeah, use the time wisely because this update is going to be huge. Okay, the second week starting on the June 1st all the way to June 14th will be featuring a rate up banner with Elma and a Dank Elmo. Funny enough, a Dank Elmo. uh, oh my goodness. Anyways, a Dank Elmo. In case you guys didn't know, Awakener is actually a Dank Elmo's darker side version of herself. So so yeah, having these two on the same update is kind of ironic. I don't know, man. But however, Elma is actually an interesting pick there as well. So in case you guys didn't know, Lightbringer was the previous major update's second week banner, and funny enough, Elma is actually on this one, which they're basically the same person, but just at different versions of herself. That being said, Elma is still good in in some cases, which I'll explain later. Anyways, on the third week, that'll be starting on the 8th of June, all the way to the 21st of June. and this one will be having two Destiny banners. This one, the first one will be Kruger, Azusa, and Mew. So yeah, I think this is new. This is actually the new Destiny type of banner because I hardly see this kind of combination at all. And then the second Destiny banner will be featuring Kaguya, not the other Kyra or Kagura names, not those guys. The Langrisser original character. We also have Rosenseal and then Claret. So yeah, this Destiny banner is pretty solid. So if you really need Kaguya in your Apex team, I would say I was like go right ahead because she is. If you're missing any of these guys in general, don't be afraid to pick them up if you need to, because this is probably your only chance to get them as a destiny. So, anyways, if you like Cecil Age or Cecil or I don't know how you pronounce his name, like Cecil. Anyways, you know that he likes Kaguya. Having her on this banner is actually like something like you could probably like to get when you have your chance. That is. Okay, on the fourth week, there's one Destiny banner, which is a classic return. Starting on June 15th all the way to the 28th, which is the end of the major update cycle. Anyways, this one will have Landius, Yulia, and Jugler. This is a classic banner, so if you're missing those guys for whatever reason, pick them up. They're well worth it in the end. And then, and then also additionally on this major update, there's a fifth week that will be starting on the 22nd of June all the way to July 5th, which is actually one day after 4th of July, which is the Americans' Independence Day, I believe. I might not be right about that, but anyways, this week is actually heavily on Valentine's banner. So there are actually four Valentine's banner on this one. The first one being is, is the King of the Red Moon and Wandering Duelist. Sorry, I coughed there. I didn't mean it. Anyways, if you're missing any of these guys, even though if you manage to pull the other unit, don't feel bad because you do get something to compensate for you to trade for the other. So like for example, if you happen to get King of the Red Moon, but you're hoping to get Wandering Duelist, you will get yourself a CP token that you can use for trade in. So all you need to do is get a CP token, no matter where you get it from. It could be from a previous Valentine's banner event, but however, as long as you have enough shards for the banner mate, you will get that character right off the bat with the full 60 shards. Yeah, that's the beauty of Valentine's banner. You trade the ones that you don't want into something you want. Okay, the second banner on there on the list will be Rainforce and Shalinka. That one, if you're missing Rainforce, go right ahead and get him because he is still useful for DE missions, like especially the AOE type of battle. So if you're missing him, pick him up because he is useful in DEs to this day, and this will never change for the foreseeable future. And then Shalinka, on the other hand, is more, I would say, mostly like single targets as well as like I'll probably say like more like a Cherie kind of thing, but it's under is they're all that kind of condition locks behind her 3C. What means that uh, what means that her 3C whenever you do some conditions that are met, she will be able to act again. That is. I mean, it's not the same as Cherie. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just saying that it has an act again mechanic when you have the 3C available. Okay, and then the next one we have is Vincent and Lucia. Well, this pair is actually not bad not a bad option there. But if you happen to be missing Vincent, I would say pick him up because he is excellent for auto chess mode especially, and he's still good to this day because of his large, ridiculous AOE. So yeah, if you happen to get Vincent, then you're good to go for the auto chess for the foreseeable future, because auto chess don't come by that often. So if you happen to cite the auto chess even coming back, try to get your Vincent awakened as fast as possible because Vincent's awakening is actually pretty beneficial in the long run. And last but not least, the last pair of the Valentine's banner is D Heart and Tiaras. So for this one, it's actually up to you. Next up, let's talk about what events or changes to expect with this update. So for this one, it's actually interesting because there are two events we need to look into. So for one, Endless Voyage is coming back, as well as floating realm production events. So yeah, the floating realm production event is straightforward. Basically, every AC production building you have in your floating realm will have a rate of increased rate, that is. And this one, and also this is basically the same event that we had previously. I don't know when was the first ran. I think it was during the fourth anniversary. I might be wrong about that. But anyways, this major update do not have quality of life changes, so let's just point that out there. There's nothing new we need to look into when it comes to quality of life. Okay, let's talk about confessions and exclusives. Remember I say Elma might be useful again? Well, this is one reason because she is getting an exclusive this update along with Iron Blood Commander. So let me explain what they do. So Elma's Elma's is exclusive is a headwear, HP plus 10%, healing effect plus 20%. When you have a faction buff effect, Holy Light Mirror can't be dispelled. So previously, Holy Light Mirror cannot that it can be dispelled by certain skills, but with this exclusive, that is no longer possible. You cannot dispel Light Mirror anymore with this with well her equipping this gear. So yeah, if you have this gear, then yep, she is going to be pretty much dangerous to fight against because you had to worry about debuffs going back at you. Okay, next up we got Ironblood Commander, or to be short, IBC. Hers is also headwear, not so surprising by design. HP plus 10%. Every time when a stratagem skill is used in battle, the duration of that skill lasts one extra turn. So in case you guys don't know what stratagem skills are, basically it's the passive component of her talent. So after you take action, you'll be prompted to either using the attack formation or defense formation. And those skills will last one extra turn, which allows you to have no downtime when a skill got used. So yeah, IBC's exclusive is pretty good. For out of these two exclusives, they both are pretty good in their own ways. So don't be afraid to pick them up when you need to, because IBC is looks pretty strong here. And same goes to Elma. And then for the confession on this update is a Dank Elmo. Funny enough, this major update is featuring Awakener, which is her evil self. Kinda ironic. Okay, had a cough there. Sorry about that. Anyways, we also got new casting patterns for this update. This time around, we got Hilda, Wheeler, Illustrio, and Alfred. Let me walk through what these do. So for Hilda's casting pattern skill, increases her attack by 10%. When equipping her exclusive equipment, her noble spear and mounted charge cannot be dispelled. So yeah, if Hilda happens to have her exclusive equipped, her 3C skills cannot be dispelled. So previously they are dispellable, but with this you cannot do that anymore. So if you happen to get her exclusive equipment in time when Hilda's casting pattern skill comes out, you're pretty much a wall, a wall that cannot be destroyed. Well, not by damage wise. I'm just saying that you can it doesn't you don't get cancelled out by your class change. What I'm saying, like for example, if your default class is cavalry and you became a lancer to stop those enemy cavalry units from going through, well, they cannot just simply dispel it anymore with this casting pattern plus the exclusive that she equipped. Next up, we got Wheeler. I think a lot of people haven't anticipated this because Wheeler is in a dire need of a buff of some kind. So his casting pattern skill increases his int by 5%. When using a single target support skill, applies Desperate Prayer to the target. So it doesn't matter which kind of skill you use for the support skill, like it has to be single target, that is. And that will apply Desperate Prayer onto the target. So Desperate Prayer is basically the effect of whenever he dies, it applies it to everybody. So with this one, basically Wheeler is giving them a Rosen Seal treatment, but with the opposite effect, like they will heal before battle, that is. Okay, next up we got Illustrial. Attack and crit rate by 5% increased. When using archer soldiers, this effect is doubled. So if you're, I don't know if Illustrial have been used a lot lately. But I don't think so, but I think with this change, this could actually give her a position to be in the meta. But other than that, I don't think that will probably be enough. I'm not sure. And last but not least, we got Alfred. Alfred is an SR unit. His casting pattern increases his attack by 10%. When using High Seas, which is his 3C in water, the skill's cooldown is reduced by 2 after battle. Yeah, pretty situational. If you're not using Alfred lately, then why we wanted to fully cast him if you don't use him much. But if you're just experiencing things, and go right ahead. Alright, before we end off this video, I want to give you a reminder about upcoming major updates. So, in case you guys didn't know what the next major update after this one, the Awakener major update, is the introduction of Agrenshio's brother and Amadeus coming to the game. Or, like, Renshio's brother, which is Sagni or Sagani. I don't know how you're gonna spell it or pronounce it because, his name is in a mixed situation here. Like his name might appear differently than what is shown in the video, so just to keep that in mind. And Amadeus is actually a lot of people are anticipating to see. And also on top of all that, after their major update, not the Awakener, there's actually a collab coming after that as well. So if you're into collabs, I would probably save your resources for later because, collab units don't come back, unlike those two guys. So we'll explain what this major update is about very soon because it's too early to tell. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people might see this surprising. But I think all of you might already know who they are by now by just looking at the wiki grisser. So anyways, until then, hope you all find this information informative and see you all